Sydney enters lockdown. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.Heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee, because it looks like, well, Sydney is now getting restrictions, or Greater Sydney. So essentially it's entering a lockdown, everyone. Not as bad as Melbourne, but we'll have a look at that. But before we jump through the statement from the Premier, let's put everything in perspective, because there is a lot of fear. People are scared. So you want to just put these things in perspective. Now, in New South Wales, there have been over 5,690 cases, or 5,695 to be exact. This is from the Johns Hopkins map. There have been 54 deaths, everyone, over. So less than 1%. The incident rate is 70.15 per 100,000 people. The case fatality rate is, or ratio is 0.95%. So you need to keep this in perspective if you're getting scared, if you're seeing what the media is, if you've got family or friends that are scared or worried. You know, just keep it in mind. It's all about risk management and risk mitigation. And, well, that's why I'm a fan of the stoic approach to life. Deciding what you're going to let, or realizing what you have absolutely no control over. And one thing I would suggest you do have control over is how you let the media affect you. Because that's what it does to a lot of people. It affects you and manipulates you. Now, there's public support for lockdown in Sydney. This is from a 9 News poll. You can see 74% were in support of it, while only 26% were opposed. There you have it, everyone. We're in a land where if you're opposing government interventions to your freedoms, and if you're opposed to restrictions, if you're opposed to lockdowns, you're in the minority. So let's have a look at this statement from the Premier. So, to protect people, or to protect the people of New South Wales, and from the evolving COVID-19 outbreak, current restrictions will be extended to at least midnight on Friday the 2nd of July. In addition, following updated health advice from the Chief Health Officer, Dr. Kerry Chant, about the growing risk to the community, stay-at-home orders will be introduced for at least 1 week for those who live in or whose usual place of work is in Woollahra, Waverley, Randwick, and the City of Sydney councils. Due to the risks associated with an increasing number of exposure venues where transmission has occurred from 11:59 tonight until at least 11:59 on Friday, residents of, or people who usually work in whose usual place of work is in the 4 LGAs must stay at home unless it is for an essential reason. The reasons you may leave home include shopping for food or other essential goods and services. I wonder if people are already starting to hoard their toilet paper. And the problem is they don't have much stock out the back. The stock is all on the shelves, and toilet paper is big. So it's not like they've got pallets there. So they're going to run out real quick of it. Medical care or compassionate needs, exercising outdoor in groups of 10 or fewer, essential work or education, where you cannot work or study from home. We understand this is a difficult time for everyone. However, we need to take these steps now to get on top of this outbreak. People should only enter the 4 LGAs for essential purposes. As previously stated, if you live or work in the City of Sydney, Waverley, Randwick, Canada Bay, Inner West, Bayside, Woollahra local government areas, you cannot travel outside metropolitan Sydney for non-essential reasons. Residents across Greater Sydney should also limit unnecessary activities and avoid large gatherings in coming days and comply with current restrictions. Well, there you have it, everyone. Lockdowns in Sydney. And, well, frankly, I suspect most people are supportive of it. I mean, lockdowns work. They win elections, everyone. They certainly win elections. They're effective in that. And if we have a look here, let's just jump to this slide I want to draw your attention to. Now, this is a video I did some time ago. Disease mitigation measures. looking at a letter penned by D.A. Henderson and others, an award-winning epidemiologist, where he discusses and is critical of suggestions to lock down and restrict economic activity as a means of mitigating the spread of communicable diseases because of the other unintended consequences of those restrictions. These lockdowns aren't out of nowhere. They were debated and discussed in the past. So it's surprising that there doesn't seem to be any discussion anymore about it. But then again, we have public support. Even in New South Wales, it has managed to avoid it to a much greater extent than other states, everyone. And let's just, while we're here, we will look at just what the headlines are. Sydney lockdown. And we'll bring this up. So we can see here, New South Wales announces new COVID-19 restrictions. Sydney cluster surges with 22 new cases announced. 4 LGAs put into lockdown. From The Guardian, COVID Australia Live update. New South Wales puts 4 Sydney LGAs in lockdown after 22 new cases. AMA chief calls for wider restrictions. AMA president calls for entire Greater Sydney lockdown. From the ABC, COVID Live updates. New South Wales exposure site list grows with sites scattered across Greater Sydney. Sydney Morning Herald, 25 minutes ago. 4 Sydney LGAs to go into lockdown as New South Wales records 22 new local COVID cases. Victorian quarantine facilities to be built at Mickleham. I mean, that's rather ominous, isn't it? That now they're building this permanent quarantine facility. Let's hope it doesn't, it isn't necessary to quarantine people with wrong think, hey? Now, that may feel like a joke, but what happened last year? The Australian Coronavirus Live News. New South Wales records 22 COVID cases. Outbreak at 71. 4 Sydney LGAs in lockdown. 4 Sydney LGAs plunged into lockdown after 22 new cases. So you can see, there you have it, everyone. So, what is the solution or suggestion? Simply, I would suggest to be skeptical. That's really all we can be. And I'd also suggest to be stoic, to realize what you have control over and what you don't. There's never any mention of ways to mitigate your chance of hospitalization, and the number one method is to, reduce your obesity. About 40 times more likely to be hospitalized if you're morbidly obese with this illness. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us using our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. You can buy merch from HeiseSays, use Gold Pass from the Perth Mint, or support us via PayPal. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.